Hello, welcome to number two. We appreciate each and every one of you. Trump made a very interesting statement when Charlie Kirk was supposedly killed, and I can't say whether he was or wasn't. I can just say, according to the press, he was killed. So, what we're going to say here is President Trump has stated he's going to go after the left. If he actually does go after the left, he's going to have to uncensor our channel. He's going to have to pay us the reward that the VA, when we saved them on 6 different cases, we ended up saving them $1.5 billion a year. They owe a reward for that. They haven't paid it. Trump's going to have to get him to pay that. He's going to have to get the Securities and Exchange Commission, the left-wing libtards, the alien freaks, the demons, to pay me back the money they stole from Sean David Morton, who stole it from me. The law says they're to return it to me. Over $60,000. They're going to keep it. If Trump doesn't have those things happen, then Trump is blowing smoke out his butt when he goes after the left. No Kings is still up. Citizens.org is still up. The 18th of September is still a day of riots. If he's going after him, don't you think he'd stop that? Yeah, maybe. So anyway, this is for number two. So we're going to find out. Right now, there are black SUVs pulling up into the homeless camps, ushering the homeless into their SUV. They're never seen again. They're used to harvest adrenochrome. They're used for satanic rituals, or as we say, SACRIFICES. And then they may end up as sandwiches in your freezer. Not kidding. We've talked to the meat buyers at the grocery stores. It's not all beef. So, we encourage you to buy from the Amish, Amos Miller, because he has real beef and real lamb. Oh, and it's so good. It doesn't have any of these in them and that in them and the chemicals put on them and all that stuff. And it's all clean. You have to spend a little bit of money to become one of his members of his club, and then you can order from him. And then I go to Chance, Simply Clean Foods for Food. It's very simple. And I go to Noble Gold Investments to buy my gold and silver because it keeps up with inflation. And I know when I get my gold and silver that it's real, and I can always turn around, ship it back to them, and get cash for it. Or leave it in their vault. We're going to look into that this week. Leaving it there where they're at in their vault. That would be easier if you're going to push and pull. You know, buy and sell and buy and sell. But gold is on a big upswing, so silver. So we encourage you to be prepared. We encourage you to get a water filter, because if they'll poison the homeless, they're putting poison in your water, you know. Fluoride has been considered a poison since the early Roman Empire, when they took the fluoride crystals and ground them up and put them in the wells to make the fighters of the opposing towns stupid and slow with swords. Not fast, but slow. Neanderthal men, that's what the fluoride was used for. Right now in America, your children are being poisoned on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, with the water and with the poisons on the food. They're spraying 10,000 tons of toxic waste on our heads. All Trump has to do, and I don't know if it's going to be the 5'7" Trump, the 5'9" Trump, or the real 6'3" Trump. But when Trump sits lower than J.D. Vance, you know that ain't the real Trump. Because Vance is 5'10" and Trump is 6'3". So if he sits lower than Vance, it's a fake Trump. So we know that he's got at least 2 other doubles. So there might be 100 other doubles for all I know. We had a friend walk by Obama's staff car, and there were 3 Obamas smoking and joking in the back of the White House while the Obama's in the White House. So we know there were at least 4 Obamas at any one time. And they just swap them out. The doubles all came from Indonesia, not Kenya. Anyway, now you know the rest of the story. So we're gonna let you be, and I would encourage you, if this number 2 channel starts taking off back to 20,000 viewers a day, you'll know that we're uncensored. Otherwise, Trump's blowing smoke up his butt, or out his butt, and he's lying, and we're going to go into total chaos very soon. Because if Trump is serious about this, NoKings.org will go away, Citizens.org will go away. This riot on the 18th of September they're planning, the people will be arrested and stay in jail, not released like all of them are. And then we will be uncensored, and the money supposed to come to us will come to us. But I personally think Trump doesn't have the guts after saving his life 95 times. And that recent package they found in D.C., the 35 kiloton firecracker in a car, on the 11th of September, there was one Facebook posting. We mentioned that the FBI would wipe out all references to that to make Christians look like idiots. Well, FBI, I got a sign for you. I was trained by you in law enforcement. Eat my shorts. And then I found out they were the ones running the dope. They were the ones growing the dope in the woods. That's when I broke with law enforcement. When I ran into them growing the dope in the woods. God bless. Thank you very much. And we're going to back off from Truth Social because Truth Social has censored us for telling the truth. Go figure. That's Trump's channel, right? God bless. Thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.